Hello everyone and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I'm your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show, where my effort is to help you to save your money by spending it wisely on a good bottle of wine. Don't be fooled by labels. Don't be fooled by reputation. Just listen to your palate. If you like that wine, stick to it. But remember, and this is my mantra, always be willing to try something new. Today I'm going to taste a wine from Girardet Winery. Let me give you a little close-up. They have a wine called Baco Noir, which I'd never heard of until recently. Somebody asked me if I could get some of it. So I found out about this winery, Girardet, that has Baco Noir, which honestly I've never heard of. It's actually a hybrid wine. Who's the guy? It is, Francois Baco. Bred a variety of Vitis vinifera, which 99% of the world's wines come from. 90+% of the world's wines come from. And Vitis, what's the other one? Vitis riparia, which is an American rootstock. He combined these two. They don't know what the grape was from that one, but the grape from the Vitis vinifera was Folie Blanche, and he combined these to make a hybrid called Baco Noir. And I just did some research on this. Incredible that you can be in the wine world as long as I have been and still be surprised by different things out there. It's incredible. And maybe that's why a lot of people think that wine is a mysterious thing. It really isn't. It's just a matter of whether you run across something or not, really, right? I mean, how many times have you went in a restaurant and read something on a menu you'd never heard of before? It's the same way with wine. There's just so many great varietals out there, so many things. You know, as we dig deeper into the wine world, we find these treasures. Well, I haven't tried it yet. So anyway, contacted the winery. They were looking for a distributor up in Washington. They had one. They lost that distributor, so now they're searching for another one. So if you're a distributor out there watching this video, maybe you could look them up, depending on how I feel about the wines or how you feel about the wines, actually. But they're all reasonably priced. I have right before me. I'm going to do the whites first, and then my next episode I'm going to do the reds, including the Baco Noir, which I'm excited to try. But since they sent me 3 whites, I thought, you know, I might as well give those a shot. First, there's a Pinot Gris, Chardonnay, and a Riesling. Let's see, the Riesling estate grown, Chardonnay. Anyway, they're from Umpqua, Oregon. We'll get into each one of these individually. Umpqua is, further south in Oregon. They have a little bit of warmer weather. So let's get started right off with the Girardet. I'm assuming it's Girardet because I'm looking at this brochure they sent me, and the winemaker is Mark with a C, Girardet, and the founder is Philippe, obviously French, no doubt about it, Girardet. So that's what I'm going with. Guys, I hope I'm pronouncing your winery right. I didn't really communicate with the rep verbally, it was just over email. So let's give the, start off with the Pinot Gris. This is the 2012 Pinot Gris, Umpqua Valley, Oregon. I'll give you a shot of the label here. There you go. Of course, Oregon is famous for Pinot Gris. They really, next to Alsace in France, that is their main variety. One of their main white varieties is Pinot Gris. Let's see what we get on the nose. So it's an interesting one, a little perfumed. I'm getting apple, but there's an interesting little side thing. Almost like a little mint. A little savory element, maybe a little rosemary. A little grass, a little lemon. Maybe we can get maybe a little lemon peel and orange peel, which is intriguing. You can almost like smell, it smells fresh. It's almost like you're expecting a little acidity on this one. That's what the essence I'm getting from the aromas on this. Yeah, a little melon. There's all kinds of things going on. This is a very interesting nose. Let's see what we get on the palate. So yeah, definitely good acid on this wine. Really, really bright. I mean, the fruit flavors is it's just really a mouthful of wine. I mean, this isn't a 12 was a good vintage in Oregon, and I'm sure it was across the whole state. But really nice orange peel, lemon peel, melon, apple. But they're lifted. The flavors are lifted because of the acidity. I'm getting a little peach and apricot slightly. There's an element there I just can't put my finger on. I don't know if it's banana, which is, you know, it might be a little bit of banana in there. But this is a delicious Pinot Gris. I think I mentioned it's $15, which is a very reasonable price. I think it's that grassiness mixed with the tropical fruits, the bright lifted acidity. I mean, my mouth is watering. This is a great bottle of wine. Girardet Pinot Gris. I'm going to have to give that one a B+, A-. It's really good. Let's move on to the Chardonnay. Yeah, that's one of the better, I have to say that's one of the better Pinot Gris I've tasted. I really like the Elk Cove 2012. Sold out really quickly. I think it got some huge score from Harvey Steinman, Wine Spectator. I hate it when that happens. I called it out before Harvey. Anyway. So this is the 2011 Tougher Vintage Umpqua Chardonnay Girardet, $15. I like their label. You know, it's classic label. Coat of arms on there. I'm sure that's their coat of arms. Absolutely. Let's see what we get on the nose. So I'm getting a little fig component on this one. Don't have my piece of white paper with me. Oh, here we go. Excuse me just a minute. So the color on this is it's a very straw golden color, very almost clear on the rim. I mean, it's not dark, so that would tell me, hopefully, that there's not a lot of oak on this, if any. So let's again look at the nose on this one. It smells like Chardonnay. So I'm guessing neutral oak, maybe no oak at all. It has that apple pear nose on. Yeah, there's no baking spices or anything like that. Again, I'm thinking neutral oak, if any at all. Well, let's find out. Always kind of cool to get these brochures with this. Let's take a quick peek at the Chardonnay. See how far off I'm. Okay. 10% in 1 year French oak, so that's not a lot of oak. 10% is hardly anything. 100% in fermented 100% in stainless steel, then aged 90% in stainless steel. So they just have a little bit of oak on it. Not, I mean, 10%. 1 year old French oak is hardly anything. So it's definitely apples and pears. Yes, can't say any more than that. It's a little light, not hugely aromatic. That's okay. Let's see what we get on the palate. This is a very elegant Chardonnay. I mean, I like it because it's got good acidity. It's got nice little pear and pineapple and apple notes. It's really Chardonnay. I remember the first time I tasted Trefethen Chard from Napa. I was impressed with the the fact that you just got Chardonnay juice. Now this is, even though it's stainless steel, because that 10% of that 1-year-old French oak, it gives it a little more softening, rounder feel to it. You don't get that really like Chablis-like crispness, but yet it's still, nice acid, very good balance. I like this Chardonnay a lot. This is the kind of Chardonnay that a lot of people that aren't into the big oaky ones but don't want to hedge towards that stainless steel kind of bright one, you would really like this Chardonnay. Yeah, there's a little backdrop of lemon zest, maybe a little bit of lime. Like I said, good balance, mouth-watering, but at the same time it has a little just touch of roundness. I'm impressed with the Chardonnay. $15, great value. Yeah, I'm going to have to give this one a B+, A-. Also, I think they did an excellent job of balancing this out. Yeah, I mean, nice finish. It hangs around a little bit. Kind of the apple melon thing hangs there. Nice work, B+, A- easily. I think for the, for what you're getting, it's well worth that amount. And you could, this is just crisp enough, just light enough that you could absolutely have it with oysters or clams. Great, I can see this with crab and lobster easily. Nice job. We'll move on to the next one. So now we're doing the 2012 Riesling estate grown, which just means it's on there, they grow the grapes, right? 2012 estate grown Riesling Umpqua Girardet. There's your label. This rolls in at $15 also. So, I mean, these are good prices, really. You know what I kind of, I'm going to use, this kind of pisses me off, is Saint Michel has dominated the Riesling market. We all know that. I mean, their Riesling, we sell a ton of it. But the problem is it's under $10. So everybody thinks that if a Riesling is over $11, $12, it's not worth it. That's crazy talk. I mean, Saint Michel's, it's decent Riesling. I wouldn't call it the best Riesling in the world. It certainly doesn't have that many what Riesling geeks look for in Riesling. But, just a little call to you guys out there. If you're stuck on Saint Michel Riesling and you think a Riesling shouldn't be over $12, I'm calling you out. That's just not true. I mean, $15 for a Riesling, if it's any good, is a good price. And I have some awesome Rieslings. We just tasted Core Cellars Riesling last week. $18, but it's beautiful. Good acidity, nice petrol, gives it that a lot of layers, a lot of character to that Riesling. You're not going to get that for under $10. I mean, you might get lucky, but it's not going to happen. So if you're looking for those really quality characteristics that a Riesling can show, sometimes you have to spend a little bit more money, and $15 is not bad. So, this is a little more, even more golden than the Chardonnay was, which is interesting. I would say it's gold, and then, it goes gold almost to the rim. There's hardly any rim variation on that, meaning to the edge of the wine. Let's see what we get on the nose. Oh, my glasses are singing to you. Oh, the Riesling geek is coming out in me. Right off the bat, you get that kind of, rubber boot, petroleum thing. A little bit of apple. There's a fig, kind of a little bit of a fig, not a lot, just a little hint of fig. Get a little bit of a lemon, kind of tangerine thing going on. It's got a little bit of grass, fresh cut grass coming through. Let's see what we get on the palate. So that rubber boot thing comes through on the palate, which is not a bad thing. You know, don't be afraid of that. That's just kind of the essence of what you get. I get the apple, I get the lemon, I get the tangerine. There's a good acidity, not the most acidic Riesling I've ever tasted. You know, some of us like it to just cut across our tongue. I like that kind, but this has enough. Keeps it bright, keeps it interesting. There's a little fresh cut grass kind of comes through on there. It's a beauty. I like it. I am very impressed with the Girardet wines. I think they do an excellent job right across the board. Gris, Chardonnay, Riesling, all impress me. I'm going to go B plus on this Riesling. The only reason I'm going to go BB plus. I think it's a way above average Riesling. You know, I'd like a little more acid, of course. I'm kind of an acid freak. That's just me. Remember, this is my palate talking, not yours. Just kind of, you know, listen to the descriptors. Maybe you don't want as much acid. Maybe you would give this one an A- because, hey, the acid is just right for you. See, that's the thing. Wine is just so subjective. It really is. You know, I've tasted a lot of wine, so, you know, I kind of fall back on that experience of what I've tasted. But that doesn't make me an expert on your palate. You're the expert on your palate. Okay? I'm just trying to help you. And these are all 15 bucks. It's a crazy deal. If there's any distributors watching this video, you guys need to look up Girardet. I mean, I'm telling you right now, I haven't tasted the reds yet. That's going to be the next episode. But for right now, I'm saying these whites are excellent. Thanks for watching. And I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Cheers, and here's to keeping the snob out of wine.